In the popular imagination of many Americans, the typical MAGA supporter is a rural resident who hates black and brown people.
So I hate myself and other brown people. I'm Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man. Welcome to my channel, Model Renaissance Man. If you are someone who's been subscribed to my channel for a long time, double check to make sure that you are. But if you are fairly new to the channel, get an idea of what this channel is about. What do? Go to my channel, click on playlist. All these different things I do on this channel. See all these different thumbnails? Those are all different categories of things that I do on this channel, from comedy to cooking to DIY when it comes to fixing cars. There's a lot of things I do on this channel. So check the channel out in its entirety before you subscribe. I'm pretty sure you'll find something on here that you like. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys all being here. Do what everything I told you to do at the beginning of this video, all right? Follow me on all these platforms you see listed up here. I'm also on another YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father, and another incognito YouTube channel that is called Meme Stream Media Shorts, where I just pretty much post a lot of shorts that's comical, blah, 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 yada, yada, peanut butter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have to talk about this topic right here because, of course, what you guys see going on right now, it is having a lot of people completely ticked off because Donald Trump is killing it out there, especially pre-Super Tuesday. There's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. There's a lot of momentum, a lot of anxiousness, a lot of anticipation of this Super Tuesday event, which a lot of people are thinking that Donald Trump is going to completely kill it. I did a video last night asking you guys who you think, do you think Donald Trump is going to take off of the states? Which state do you think he's not going to take? And state your reason, which you guys did a really good job in responding to that and being responsive to that. All right, so what I want you guys to do, though, is watch this video real quick, all right? Check this out right here.
All right, joining us now, Florida Congressman Byron Donalds. It's good to have you back. Let's start here. You heard what the senator said about the fact that 30 to 40% of primary voters in a number of states are showing up to vote in the GOP primary for Nikki Haley. Now, not all of those are closed, and so there's going to be some party crossover. But why can't President Trump put this thing away? Why are still 30, 40% of people showing up and voting in these primary contests for someone other than him?
Well, first of all, Shannon, it's good to be back with you. Let me first say this. In some of these early states, they allowed independents and Democrat voters to vote on the Republican side when it comes to picking a nominee in these states. And even with that influx with some independents and Democrats, Donald Trump overwhelmingly won every single state. Now we move to Super Tuesday, and let me just tell you, it's basically over already. It's going to be over Tuesday night when Super Tuesday ballots come in, because there is no path to victory for Nikki Haley. Look, on our side of the aisle, we believe in choices. We want options. The Democrats are the one who basically kicked Robert F. Kennedy out of their primary. They basically stopped Dean Phillips from being able to even try to mount a campaign against Joe Biden. Nikki Haley had an opportunity to run like everybody else. They all lost. Donald Trump's the nominee. We're going to move forward to November.
So he is essentially, many people think, running the party. You've heard a number of accusations on the show, if you've been able to listen today, that he's the one who told you guys to kill a border deal. He's not the only one saying that, though. That accusation is coming from both sides of the aisle. Take a listen to both sides.
Donald Trump simply has said to the MAGAs on the House side, don't do it. Don't do anything. Keep it a political issue.
Congress should have gone in a room, strengthened it, and passed something out. But Donald Trump went and told the Republicans, don't pass anything until after the general election because it would hurt him.
Your response?
First of all, you can't listen to Nikki Haley. She's the opponent. By the way, she's losing big time. You can't listen to Mr. Meeks because the Democrats never want to solve the border issues. They're the ones that created it. Here's what happened. The House Republicans passed H.R. 2 over a year ago. Chuck Schumer did nothing with that bill. Never came up for a debate. The Senate never came to the House and said, you know what, let's work together in a bipartisan fashion based upon what the House has passed, and let's see where we can meet in the middle. You had Senate Republicans, Senate Democrats go into a smoke-filled rooms. They created a terrible deal. And when the elements of this deal started being leaked out early, the 5,000 entrants per day, the fact that Joe Biden will be able to have waiver authority over all the provisions, decisions, House Republicans started signaling very early, led by Speaker Johnson, that we did not support that deal. When it finally came out and everybody could read it, then everybody rejected it. Even Mitch McConnell voted against it. So it was a bad deal from the start. The Democrats are playing the worst kind of politics because Joe Biden is the one who broke our southern border. Those are his executive orders when he came into the White House. These are the 10 million people who've come in under his watch, and he refuses to lift a finger. Don't talk about bipartisanship when the Senate Democrats would never even talk to House Republicans about what are the solutions. Because if there is going to be a compromise to be found, it is a negotiation between Senate Democrats and House Republicans. Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden do not want to have that conversation.
Okay, and just to clarify, because it keeps coming up, this issue of 5,000 people a day, the backers or the drafters of this, including James Lankford, who I know that you know and respect, said once you hit an average of 5,000 a day, which would happen in week one, then the entire border was closed, not that an additional 5,000 would be able to come. Of course, that went nowhere because I know there were other problems people had with the bill. I want to read you something at the Daily Beast this weekend talking about a book that is not kind to Trump supporters. They call them a threat to democracy and say this. In the popular imagination of many Americans, the typical MAGA supporter is a rural resident who hates black and brown people, loathes liberals, loves God and guns, believes in myriad conspiracy theories, has little faith in democracy, and is willing to use violence to achieve their goals. According to this new book, White Rural Rage, The Threat to American Democracy, these aren't hurtful elitist stereotypes, they're facts. What do you make of that assessment of Trump supporters?
I find it to just be insane. I find it to be gaslighting black people and Hispanic people in our country. I find it to be devoid of facts. Michael Cohen obviously has never been to a Trump rally and actually talked to Trump voters. That is a lie. It is disgusting. Are we even just having this conversation? Let me tell you the truth. People who are MAGA Republicans, they just want the country to follow the law. They want the country to follow the Constitution. They want our leaders to put America first, not last. They actually want sound money. They want low inflation. They want a secure border. And yeah, they want to be respected across the globe. They don't want to live under a president like Joe Biden, who has a terrible foreign policy that has put our men and women overseas at risk, that is putting our allies at risk. MAGA Republicans want a great America. They don't want a fleeting America. They don't want America in decline. That is what the Democrat Party has brought us. That's the crazy progressive agenda from the radical left. The same radical agenda that would have us choose Hamas over Israel. So whatever Michael Cohen wrote in his book, I really don't care because it makes no sense at all because those aren't the facts. I would invite him to come to any Trump rally he chooses. I'll walk side by side with him and then he can see what's really going on and stop putting out this foolishness.
You tell us and we'll send a camera. I'll join you too. Congressman, thank you very much for your time. Always appreciate it.
Anytime.
Now you heard everything that was said right there. This is what gets me about some of these folks, man. This is literally no black people. This is literally no different than what Joe Biden said. This Michael Cohen person, that is a racist remark. He is pretty much not saying anything different than Joe Biden when Joe Biden said, if you don't know if you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. And if anybody y'all know got this person's contact information, I'll look it up. Michael Cohen, I would love to have a debate with you about this right here. Because pretty much what you're telling individuals like me, I don't know no better. I'm ignorant. I'm stupid. The fact that I'm voting for Donald Trump, which means if you are a typical MAGA supporter in the rural residents, you said the typical MAGA supporter is a rural resident who hates black and brown people. Check this out, y'all. Y'all need to be really cautious of this. Hates black and brown people. So what that would do, that would automatically try to make you separate us. You would try to make it seem like, for one, I guess all the people that do support Trump, they have to not be living in the rural areas. They must all live in the ghetto, in the trailer parks, son. They must all live in like in the hood, in the projects, right? See what I'm saying? This is how they insult us by playing these slick sleight of words chess games with your brain. The typical MAGA supporter is a rural resident who hates black and brown people, which would that, like I told you, I just showed y'all the separation, what it would do. Now what it would do would make it seem like that these people have to be white. Because no black people is going to be hating other black people, right? Unless you somebody like myself, Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum, ABL, Jericho Green, Anton Daniels, people like that. People like Unifier TV. We are black. And I guess we hate our own kind because we support Donald Trump. Y'all follow me on this? The insult. They pretty much want to paint this picture to black and brown people. I even say that black, brown, Latino, whatever. They want to paint this picture that the ones who are actually super crazy MAGA supporters, they're these white people living in rural suburban areas and everything like that. And they and look at here, check this out. Loves gods and guns. What? Loves gods and guns. So if you are a black person that support Donald Trump, I've seen plenty of videos. Y'all, the ones that are listening to me right now, don't believe what I'm saying. Go and look up anything. Type in YouTube, the hood supports Donald Trump. Type in blacks support Donald Trump. And look at the blacks they are asking about Donald Trump. This is what I love about this. Because you're going to find some, but not a lot of ones that actually live in neighborhoods like I do, like in the gated or in the suburbs. Whatever. You're not going to find them doing too many questioning them. They're going to where supposedly the ones who hate Donald Trump, they're going to the hood. They're going to the projects. They're going to the ghettos. They're going to the low-income disenfranchised areas and asking these people about Donald Trump. And these people are saying, yeah, I'm supporting Donald Trump. I'm voting Donald Trump. And they tell you the reason why. So pretty much when you saying things like what you hear this man saying right here, you're pretty much calling out of black people ignorant. We don't know no better. They stupid. They don't know no better. They don't know what's good for them because Mr. Michael Cohen does. He does. It does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. This is what makes this United States of America and the Constitution, the fact that we get the chance or we get the opportunity to vote for who we feel is going to be best serving us, our principles, our ideas, our statues. That's why we get to vote. But what's amazing to me is for somebody to try to tell another person that you don't know any better. So I guess in the end, do I fit that description, sir? Because I don't hate blacks. I don't hate browns. I don't hate white. I don't hate anybody. What I do hate is evil. And what you see currently going on right now, the agendas that are being pushed is flat out evil. And then, oh my God, do you want to get back? Oh, okay, I'll put it back on. I know y'all like it when I wear it, but I just don't want to mess it up because I got my girl Katie McEnany's signature on it right there. Ba-bam. The border, this is what's amazing. You don't have to believe me. I want you to go because I want you to go and research and look it up yourself. President Joe Biden's administration currently right now, President Joe Biden himself wrote an executive order to undo what Trump did. You create the border issue, then you complain that the Republicans are the reason why it's not being resolved. You created this border issue, and then they think that y'all are just stupid and ignorant. He blames Trump and the Republicans for the border issue when you are literally the one who created the border issue. And what's amazing is this. This is where the trickery come in. It's some disgusting, y'all. It's on some pedophilia, trickery, stranger type stuff. What are you talking about, Ty? This is what they do. You take something from somebody. You want it back? I'm telling y'all, I'm being real with y'all. This is what a lot of people I've known have experienced. You take something from them. You take it away. And they cry about it. We want this back. Well, you want it back? Well, I can fix it, but you got to kiss me here. You got to do this. You got to touch me here. You got to let me touch you. Ty, what the heck are you talking about? This is what they're doing. When Biden them said, we trying to get a deal, but the Republicans won't sign on to it because guess what y'all did? You took away the security that was at the border that Donald Trump had in place. And now, in order for us to get the border back to where Trump had it, you telling us, well, I'll give y'all the border back, but y'all first got to let us send money to Ukraine. We have to. You got to let us send money to help out what's going on in Taiwan. You have to. We'll give you this if you go ahead and do this. When you don't have to have nobody agree to Ukraine and any of that bullcrap for you to put back and do what you did. What do you mean build back better? You broke it down. That's why you talking about build what back? What have you built back that's better? Some of y'all will sit there and argue say things like, well, he created more jobs. No, people got their jobs back. Y'all don't fall for this this buffoonery. Oh, Joe Biden Under Joe Biden, this many people got jobs. No, they got jobs back. What new jobs got created? Oh, they're going to be building this energy efficiency area up in the northern blah, 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 blah. Oh, is it built yet? No, they're building it. Oh, you mean, so the people are actually working on, jobs. Okay, let me give you all an example. They claiming that Joe Biden has created, I'm going to give you an example. Kind of like, they say Joe Biden has created 100,000 jobs. He's created 3 million jobs, and they consist of energy, blah, 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 blah. Those jobs are not there yet. The ground is being laid, being soiled, being tilled, and all this stuff like that. Construction is getting ready to take place. But the jobs that they're so-called are going to create with these energy efficient places, they're not there yet. And the so-called employment is up to blah, 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 blah. That's because people got their jobs back. People that wasn't working, and all of them have not come back. A lot of them have not. But people have went back to work. Nobody's falling for that. See what I'm saying? A lot of people just don't understand. That's why it's important for you to go and do your own research. But if you don't take anything away from this, understand this. What they just got done talking about in this video you guys just saw, Joe Biden created the southern border issue that we are currently experiencing right now. We're not saying that the border wasn't an issue, period. But it was in way better check when under Trump's administration. But what we are experiencing right now with the migrant crisis, the asylum seeker issue, the illegals, it's at an all-time high because Joe Biden and his administration put these policies in place and they undid what Trump had there before. And now they want to make it seem like it's the Republicans' fault. Why we can't? The Republicans don't want to agree on a deal. And y'all heard Governor Abbott say they don't need the Congress. They don't need the Republicans to agree on nothing. Joe Biden can simply write an executive order to do what he did to undo Trump's policy, what Trump had in place. He can put it back. And who's going to disagree with that? Oh, I know who's going to disagree with it. Anybody that's not going to profit and make any money by sending money over to Ukraine and line or in some shape, form, or fashion, bring it right back to them to get it. We got to help Ukraine, but screw Americans. We gotta make sure that Ukraine, but screw Palestine, Ohio, East Palestine, Ohio. We got to make sure that Ukraine, but screw Maui, Hawaii. We got to make sure, but screw Flint, huh? This is where we're at right now. Again, it does not matter what you say or how you try to flip it around. They do not want to fix the border crisis because they want to get something out of it should they fix it. And Republicans won't agree to it. Anyway, y'all, appreciate you guys all being here. Make sure y'all hit that like button right now. Y'all know I do the little 5-second rule. Hit it right now. Click the thumbs up button so it can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm, all right? Also, I want to know y'all thoughts on this. Am I off? The little theory that I just kind of gave you guys right there, do y'all agree with that right there as well? Do you think that anybody that is a MAGA supporter, they typically live in rural areas and they hate blacks and brown people? This is nothing more than a way to try to divide us by throwing it out there. I told y'all, black folks, they are riding on the backs of us. Y'all have no idea because they want to throw racism in there because they know it's going to get a lot of people pissed off. It's going to try to make black people go, what? MAGA supporters, they hate black and brown people. Oh, shoot. This is what they want out of us because they expect you to do it because they think that you are not smart enough and intellectual sound enough to see through the BS. That's why they are doing this, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, that was a question I was supposed to ask y'all. MAGA Republicans and MAGA supporters, any regular person out there, even Democrats, I don't care. Do you really think that MAGA supporters hate black and brown people? If you say yes, then that means you're telling me that I hate my own kind. Well, you were traded to your... Just don't. Do you, number two, do you think, again, that Joe Biden is the reason why the border crisis is where it's at right now? 3, do you think the reason why they're not trying to fix the border is because they're trying to find some shape, form, or fashion and put some sort of profit in there that's going to benefit them by sending money to Ukraine, having some shape, form, or fashion washed up and laundered right back to them? I don't care who support. I don't care if it is Republicans supporting this Ukraine thing. It makes me feel that some shape, form, or fashion, they're getting something out of it because that should be 2 separate issues. Make the border an issue. Make that the bill. Make that everybody agree on. Don't put all this other stuff in there. But like I told y'all, it's how pedophiles and folks like that work. They take something from you. When you want it back, I'll do you this if you give me this. And that's what they're doing. Let me hear it, folks, in the comment section. Don't forget, get into those cell phones of y'all's. Let somebody know about this channel and encourage them to subscribe to this channel. You guys are the reason why this channel is growing, and I greatly appreciate it, and I'm humbled by it. Let's hear it. I'm Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.